I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man, or something looked like a man. I don't know what it was, just it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was, whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it.
Hello everyone, I'm Adam Noyes.
And I'm Bill Worcester.
And welcome to the third episode of the Afterthoughts of Finding Bigfoot. And today we are, of course, going to be talking about episode 7 of season 2. And I guess I'm just going to start off like this. What were your overall thoughts of the episode?
Big improvements. In my opinion, I thought that they were so much more objective this episode. I thought that they really approached everything in the right manner. Well, the first video was probably the part where they were the least critical, but overall, I thought they were very critical. They were very, I don't know if open-minded is the right way to put it, but very critical of everything they encountered. Even if it was something that doesn't seem like it could be anything else but a Bigfoot, they were still very critical of. And I appreciated that a lot. You know, in terms of excitement and entertainment value, this may have not been one of the greatest. I mean, they didn't have any action at night, and they didn't really have anything fresh to bring to the table in terms of what they found. So, and they didn't even have like a conclusive answer to what that was in the opening video. But just them being more critical and more objective, you know, makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, and the thing that I liked about this episode wasn't necessarily what they were doing at the beginning, but it was their last investigation, what method they tried, that I really, really, really loved more than anything else in this entire episode. I was actually kind of happy with Bobo this episode. That video of the two eyes, I had to agree with Renee, like right off the back. Oh, I think those are owl. I think that's just an owl, because owls have bigger eyes than even humans do. So I would, even if it was, even if there was something that we do not know was in that video, we can't see any body shape, so I'd have to rule it out anyways. I do think it was an owl, and I was glad to hear Bobo actually say it's most likely an owl. But again, Matt Moneymaker comes in, and
yeah,
that really annoyed me. I mean, again, I kind of like Matt Moneymaker, but again, it just annoyed me on the fact that he still, even though when everyone else, including Bobo, said it's probably an owl, he's still like, no, that's definitely a Bigfoot. It's way too high off the ground, it's way too far apart. And the thing is, Renee's excuse was good, because she said a branch could have snapped off because that video was taken 3 years previous.
Right.
That could happen.
Absolutely. I honestly gotta go with just the whole idea that it wasn't that conclusive, because it was so old, and it was dark out, and it's a very short clip, and the subject wasn't that close to them. The only thing that really stuck out to me with the video was you could faintly see like a hairy shoulder, kind of, I thought, like sticking out to the right of the figure, or just the eyes. But the one thing I said was that those are way too big to be Sasquatch eyes. From what people have described, they're not that big. I mean, even in one episode a long time ago, Matt Moneymaker even kind of critiqued someone's sighting for saying that they had big eyes. And he said that he believes that they have small, round, black eyes. So, you know, those were a little too big to be Bigfoot eyes for me. And yeah, I gotta go with Renee's explanation for the branch thing. That makes a lot of sense. And we don't have any physical evidence of the supposed second Bigfoot that they saw, so...
Right.
Who knows?
Right. So, what were you thinking of the 3 town hall members that they got? I believed in 2 out of the 3 of them, or I kind of believed in 2 out of 3 of them. It still could have been something misidentified, or they could be lying. But I do think that they could have seen something, especially the one on the farm.
Yes, especially since it was during the daytime.
The one on the farm, I really believed in. The one where the girl was actually looking outside and she saw one walking next to the road, I kind of believed in. I mean, it's definitely the lesser out of the two because it's on the side of the road, and I wouldn't really understand why it would be on the side of the road when it's trying to stay hidden, but who knows, they have been seen on the side of roads before.
That one sighting in Georgia.
Yeah, reportedly.
I got the video of it.
Yeah, even though I think that's fake.
Yeah.
What were your opinion on the town halls?
Alright, well, the girl was actually the one I was the most skeptical of because she only saw it for like a second. And also it was dark out and she was on the phone and, hey, her light was out, so how well could she see? If not for the fact that it turned and looked at her, I would have probably said it was a jogger that just scared her because it was dark out and she maybe wasn't expecting to see anyone. But the thing that kind of brought up the believability for me is that the thing looked at her. So it's hard. It's hard to kind of say to someone who has a sighting, if the thing looks at them, that it could have just been a person in all black. Because, I mean, you're going to be able to distinguish between a person's face and the face is something that's clearly not human, in my opinion. Again, I've never seen one personally, but that's what I would imagine. For me, the one that I thought was most likely a definite sighting was the cop on the farm.
Yeah.
And I was really nervous from the get-go, though, because I thought we were going to have the same problem we had last week with Bobo. Because for some reason, whenever he talks to a police officer with sightings, he instantly believes them. This one, though, I felt he was a little better, but still, at the beginning there, I was still a little worried, and I felt like he kind of leaned his opinion. But overall, I thought that they handled that one well, and I don't know what else it could have been, honestly. I mean, nothing else could have hurled that fence, and survived. And what else walks on two legs? So, I believe that one for sure. How'd you feel about the guy who saw it through the old school thermal imager?
Fake. I think he was just flat out lying, to be honest. The fact that it somehow suddenly short-circuited when they were going to film it.
Too convenient.
Yeah, and thermal images, to tell you the truth, I don't think are that reliable because they make things look warped and make things look unproportionate. So I don't.
If you're looking through a thermal imager, one of the things you got to remember is that it's not just detecting like what's internal heat, but it's also detecting what the heat that's given off by the body.
Right.
So it can look like 10 times, well not 10 times, but a couple times bigger than it actually is. Also, it was at night, and I thought it was also way too convenient that they just happened to pull up and see one. It's a little too, and also they were looking for a Sasquatch, specifically.
Yeah. So
I'm got to immediately question either if they're lying, or even if they just, I don't know. And the whole thing with the thermal imager short-circuiting was definitely like, it's a little too convenient.
Yeah.
For me. But yeah, that was the one out of the three that I was just like, fake.
Yeah. Like right off the back, I was like, yeah, he's lying or fake.
The thing that really killed it for me, and it often does on this show, I don't know why, but if someone says they were specifically looking for Sasquatch, I immediately go, probably lying.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that vibe too, but then, somebody would comment or something like that saying that Roger Patterson was out looking for Bigfoot when he shot the Patterson footage, and so then I'm a bit on the fence when it comes to people who are out looking for Bigfoot actually find Bigfoot. So.
But here's the thing with the Roger Patterson footage: you see him stumble off a horse in the video, so he was like clearly surprised. But anyway. Yeah, I didn't. That was the one out of the three that I was really just kind of like, no, probably not true. But the one thing that that Bobo did that kind of angered me, or didn't anger me, but it kind of annoyed me, because I don't like it when they talk in absolutes on this show. I talked about this last week, so I'm not going to go into much detail on it. But when he said that, them jumping into hay barns and jumping out of them have been reported hundreds of times. It's just something that they do. Yeah, but we don't have any evidence of that. You know, you don't talk in absolutes when you're talking about something like this, you know? Because you don't have any physical evidence, you just don't have anything to go on with what you're saying. You're just kind of theorizing, but saying it's a fact when it's actually just a theory. And that always annoys me. So, otherwise, though, Bobo was pretty good this episode, I'll admit. Especially the thing with the owl. The part with the cows, later on.
Yeah.
Dude, when I first heard that, I thought it was a Bigfoot for sure. I mean, that was real growly, as Cliff put it. But the fact that there were cows nearby, you know, it made a lot of sense. That's what it was.
Yeah, it jumped me. I remember watching it. It actually jumped me on the video. I was skeptical because I've never heard a call or even a report of a call of something being like really low growling. But the thing that stuck out in this episode the most is definitely the method that they used during the last part. That I actually hope that they do it again sometime. That and use the powder again, and that is use like a toy baby with the crying sound effect, and see what happens. And I like it how it was attracting coy dogs. I mean, or wolves or something. No, it was coyotes. Coyotes.
Coyotes, yeah.
We call them coy dogs up here, and I thought that was really funny because that is exactly what a coy dog would do. But at the same time, I thought it was a really cool idea because there's even footage of this, and it's really famous. And what happened was this little baby fell into a cage with a mother gorilla. And everyone was panicking, freaking out, because the gorilla goes over to it, and they're like, "Oh shit, something bad's going to happen." But no, the gorilla just sits down next to it and picks it up and starts cradling it like it would its own child. And that's what, you know, if Bigfoot is what I think it is, it would be of the primate area. It would be an unknown species of great ape. Therefore, it would have some sort of connection with us.
Maternal instinct.
Right.
Or paternal instinct, if you want to not be, you know, unisex. But yeah, I love that method. I thought it was a really good idea. And even without the whole maternal instinct thing, just curiosity. You know, what the hell is that? I've never heard that before. Let me go check out what that is. It's kind of like how people say that if they hear like someone singing or, you know, playing music, they'll come in.
Right. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I've heard reports of them coming in like if you play like a car radio, or something like that, because they don't know what it is and they're curious creatures, or theoretically they are. So they're gonna come in and see what it is, because they're not used to it. See, I thought it was a good idea. I think they tried it in the wrong place because I was a little bit questioning of this location. I'm not saying that I don't think there are Bigfoots in Kentucky, because I don't know for sure. But if nothing else, I think they may have been just shying away from that area because of the hunting activity. Yeah,
I know. That was so weird how suddenly there was like shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. But of course, I actually don't think that they were shooting shot after shot after shot. Maybe Renee can help me on this, but because when you're editing something, or when you're editing a documentary down, something that can have a span over 2 hours can be cut down to 2 minutes, and that is something I always have in my mind while watching, like Ghost Hunters, Destination Truth, which I can't wait for the new season to come out. And
I might actually watch it this season. Maybe we'll see.
But we're not here to talk about Destination Truth, damn it.
Right, of course. Let's go back to the gunshots.
Right. That was just so funny, and I love how at the beginning they were like, "Was that a wood knock?"